online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads from over 200 countries and your #1 source in after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the AFTERBUZZ TV after show for Showtime's Donovan. Today, we're going to be recapping episode 9 of season 2, titled Snowflake. I'm your host, Kennelia Stradwick, and I'm joined here by Mr. Isaac Johnson.
Hello, everyone.
And Miss Anna Koppel.
Hey, guys.
Also, we have 2 special guests in the studio. Joining us once again, Mr. Octavius Johnson.
Hey, guys. AKA Dead People.
Oh. And we also have Mr. Kwame Patterson, who plays the character of ReKon on Donovan.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing?
All right, guys.
Because
so
that song just made me very sad.
I know, right?
Well, that was somebody in the studio singing that song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a fun day.
Yeah.
That was great. Bridget has a... Oh, I call her Bridget. See, I'm so connected to the character.
Yeah, man.
No. She has a lovely voice. It was fun to do that scene, and it was just so cool. I mean, memories.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, R.I.P. I
Yeah,
mean, to both of you.
yeah.
Like, come on. We talked about it last week. We all had a problem. Well, I had a problem with Marvin Gaye Washington.
Okay.
But we didn't want you guys to die. Like, come on.
I never had a problem with ReKon.
We didn't have a problem
Yeah,
with
no.
ReKon.
Thank you.
No.
I mean, he was
Appreciate it.
So he was a good father, y'all was saying.
Yeah.
So
He's
pretty
trying
much what y'all saying is I died because of him.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
didn't
I knew
follow
you was a
the
bad
rules.
influence when I took you on.
Yeah. Well, you
Hey,
was
no, you wanted me though. Yeah, I need the kid, Ray. Come on, get out of here. You planned that. I'm a conspiracy theorist.
All right, so let's start at the top of the show. We start with Ray at his apartment. Bridget is supposedly there, but we see her phone ringing off the hook. It's Abby. Abby is just concerned because she doesn't know why Bridget isn't answering the phone. She was tripping a little bit because they had the argument or the blowout, so she just thought Bridget was ignoring her. But Connor was on, YouTube or the news or whatever he was on online.
His friend texted him.
His friend texted him, and he saw that Marvin Gaye Washington and ReKon were killed in their SUV in the street. So then he tells Abby what happens. She flips out, and then she calls Ray to figure out what happened.
I feel like Connor's a little bit obsessed with Marvin Gaye Washington, too.
He's obsessed with everybody. Like him,
Yeah.
what was it? Tommy Wheeler. Like this kid.
Beyonce.
Right.
Goodness, I tell you.
Yeah.
Rita Ora. Like he just is
But the right people, the right
Right.
people.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. The right kind of people.
So we see the first conversation between Ray and Bridget. He asks her, I know this is tough for you and I understand what you're going through, but I need to ask you one important question. Bridget, did you see, or did he, Cookie, see you? And she really didn't know. I mean, because we didn't really know. Did you guys, watching it back, did it seem like Cookie saw Bridget? Because we weren't clear on if that actually happened or took place.
I mean, I guess it's kind of hard because we read the script. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Right,
So you know what the intentions are. Now, in my opinion, in a real life situation, he would have saw her. I think he would have saw her in that backseat. You know. But but it was really good how, like, when his eyes darted, how Marvin, Octavius's character kept him focused on him.
Yeah.
So that was good. But yeah, so it was kind of hard, like you say, watching it. Like, if I was a fan watching, because I've had people call me and be like, "Yo, he saw her," and I'm like, maybe, but because you be trying not to tell nobody. No, you be like, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
So a lot of people do think that he saw her.
Yeah.
And then there's some people who actually caught what he was doing. If the other said stuff. So
Scary.
Yeah.
Shout out to Omar.
Oh,
Omar
yeah.
Dorsey, he's
Definitely.
killing it.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh yeah, literally and
Killing it.
metaphorically.
Yeah.
I like him in this episode a lot. He's, I love that charisma, and it's just so bad, But shout out to the black Cadillacs with tinted windows. I think that he didn't see her. Like Ray said, if he saw her, you know, I think Cookie would have killed her too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad she wasn't seen.
I do wonder if he is suspicious, though, because he certainly, when he gives her, I mean, not to jump too far, but when he gives her that hug at the end, kind of like wondering if he's sort of feeling her out just a little bit.
Well, I think that was to get under Ray's skin, though.
Okay, yeah.
And to still kind of play that act. Like, because he's always, think about it, every time we saw Cookie with Bridget, or around Ray and Bridget, it was always just weird. Because remember, he pulled up and was coming to pick her up from the house. He was like, oh man, I got kids too. Like, it was always just a little weird. You know what I mean? So I just took it as him being Cookie and being facetious and just the dirtbag.
I'm a father. I'm a father too.
Like, I'm a father. I get it. I'm like, whatever. So Ray dispatches Lena to see if anybody, meaning anybody in the neighborhood, there were any cameras, saw Bridget get out of the car. Because she did just, as soon as it happened, she got out in the middle of the street and started walking away. So Lena at that moment says that, you know, nobody has heard anything and nobody saw anything. So that, you know, that's good for her. But later towards the end, in the middle of the episode, we see that Bridget is having a conversation with Ray again and she wants to go to the police. Like, she's set on doing the right thing. She wants, you know, to vindicate Marvin and ReKon. And then she even says to Ray, Daddy, you don't need to protect me. And like right there, what did you guys think? Because this is what I thought. The whole episode I was wondering, why doesn't Ray just come out and say, if you tell, he'll kill you? Is that too much to tell her? Is that too harsh?
Maybe it's too much to tell right now. I mean, she had Marvin Gaye's blood in her mouth, on her face. She's washing it off her body. Maybe he doesn't want to give her that chunk, but I think he certainly should tell her. I was kind of, you know, I mean, I know that she's sticking up for Marvin, you know, and, you know, rightfully so. They said, I love you last week, you know, which was about as big as it gets at, you know, 15 or 16, something, or as big as it gets ever at any point telling you love him. But, yeah, I don't know. I wanted Ray to tell her straight up because she needs to know the gravity of the situation, but she's just learning about what he does and who he is and the kind of things that he does. It's a lot of a shock to her, let alone having two people killed right in front of her.
Yeah.
But I also think it was sort of, I don't know, ironic or maybe even just silly that she had just called him to protect her, you know, a matter of hours ago.
Sure.
And now she has her big girl pants on. She doesn't need his protection.
I don't need you, Daddy.
No pants on when she came out of the shower.
That's
so.
right.
Marvin, no.
Yeah, paying attention to them details.
I'm Marvin right now, babe. I'm Marvin. No, I'm just no. See, she had a shirt on. See,
That's
Marvin
the behind the
noticed that, you
scenes.
know.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
Just lucky Cookie had bad eyes that night. He wasn't wearing his contacts.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So she wasn't.
Can you imagine?
Well, inside scoop there, he wears contacts.
You
solution.
notice that he's usually wearing the sunglasses. They're
Prescription, okay,
so,
yeah, no, I
that
seen those.
night, you know, he wasn't wearing them. So.
That's hilarious. So, you know, during that time, Abby inserts herself again and asks Ray, you know, straight up, is she in danger? And that's my Abby voice. Is she in danger?
I think you need a little.
It's a little British this time.
I know.
Yeah.
She needs some cutting
Boston.
pickles.
Yeah.
Those pickles.
Is
She in danger?
Is she?
That's not
Is
better.
she in danger?
She in
And
danger?
wants to know why Bridget.
Are you a Marnie?
That's like a Peter Pan character.
Harry Potter? Or something?
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's not Boston. It's not good. Okay, it's okay.
And she
Go.
wants to know why Bridget can't leave the house. And again, Ray didn't just straight up tell her she's gonna die. Like, she needs to stay in here because we don't know who saw her. If Cookie knows, Cookie is a bad dude. Yes, she is in danger. To me, he's always, him and Abby don't have the best relationship. So now is the best time, you know, to just be straight up with her. Like, yeah, Abby, she's gonna die. And stop telling her what to do if you don't run it by me first.
Yeah, I know she's so angry at him. I wonder if she'd even hear it. You know, like she's just so like, oh, this is your business, your dirty business, and I don't know, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she's too busy being angry at him, and she doesn't want to just see the bigger picture right now. And she's obviously in danger, of course. Like I feel like that's just such a rhetorical question at this point. Her boyfriend and his father were just shot, and we know that she was with him all day. So, you know, even like whether or not she knows that she was with him at that moment, this is an issue. So let's just big picture, protect Bridget, listen to what Ray says, and not just be so angry at him.
Yeah. So during that time, Lee calls Ray and pretty much is distraught. He wants Ray to come over and protect him. Forget everything that's happening. Lee wants a bodyguard. He wants Kevin Costner to come.
Lee's so ridiculous.
He is ridiculous.
Yeah. I can't handle him. He doesn't get it.
Wow. I mean, he's the reason, you know, everything happened.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
everything went down because he didn't want to give Marvin up all of a sudden. Like,
Yeah.
what are you going to do with Marvin? Was he going to bring Marvin into his home and be the daddy? So he's the reason Marvin was killed. So Marvin and ReKon, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's just crazy to think about that now.
Lee reminds me of those guys back home when you see two guys arguing and they arguing in front of each other for a long period of time, and in the moment when people break it up, all of a sudden they just want to fight, and you like, dude, y'all was standing for the. So that's what Lee reminded me. He was real tough.
Yeah.
And then now he's like,
Yeah.
please come save me. You know, like, he was super tough the episode before, like.
Yeah, or we'll take it to court and we'll just handle it. Like, I know how to handle him. Like, no, you don't, brother.
So after that, Ray goes to Cookie's house. Now, we kind of all, I can't say we all. I kind of had an idea that was going to happen. He was going to go to see Cookie to see what Cookie knew. I wasn't sure how he was going to word it or get it out of Cookie, but we saw as soon as Ray comes in, he punches one of his goons. They fight. Ray gets beat up. They bring Ray into the house, and then him and Cookie finally have, kind of a conversation where Cookie says, I didn't kill him. Somebody killed him. It's unfortunate. Nobody saw it. And, if someone did, pretty much, then things take care of themselves. Things take care of themselves.
But he said, what he said was the same question that I had when he said, and maybe you have some insight into this, where what was the line that I have no reason to kill him. Why would I wanted him, so why did he kill Marvin?
Yeah. It's hard to fathom.
Pretty much what happened with that is it's what ReKon was saying in the last episode when he was talking about this is some street shit, and it was pretty much what happened was that Ray had already set up for me to drop and hand Marvin over, which is the plan in the beginning. Well, Lee went behind and said, y'all handled the situation. I just sent him money. Well, Cookie felt like, oh, y'all just gonna disrespect me,
right?
So I'm gonna kill them both, and that's pretty much what happened. And that's kind of what happens, really, like how we were talking earlier. That's just how it's a respect thing, and it's handled differently in the streets, which Lee had no understanding of. He thinking, oh, we can handle this the same way we handle it in the corporate world, you know what I'm saying? And that's not how they handle it in the streets. It's like, you know what, you want to disrespect me? I'm gonna show you how I handle things. Not only am I gonna kill ReKon, I'm gonna kill him too, and let you know that I don't need your money, because if he really cared about the money, he wouldn't have killed him. Right. But that's what he was trying to prove that point. Like, that means nothing.
That's actually the perfect explanation. That makes sense. Yeah. And to piggyback off of what you're saying, and then on top of that, Cookie was like, and I want, your catalog and the music rights as well. So he's like, I'm just gonna get what I want, but you guys are gonna learn your lesson too. Like, wow, he's gangster.
So theoretically, though, if Marvin were in the car, would he have gotten killed later, or would he still have his life? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or was Cookie so dead set on vengeance that he wanted both of them dead, regardless of when either one of them would have gotten killed? Because I kind of took it as Marvin was just a casualty. If he weren't there at that time, I don't think he would have gotten killed.
Yeah, I kind of wondered the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
how I'm raising my hand.
No, go ahead.
Can I speak?
Octavius.
Yeah, good. Yes. And I get a cookie. But like how you and like when you start to indulge in something, you keep going. It's kind of like that. He was caught up in the moment. Like that's how that's what I can think of. He killed ReKon. Okay, I'm gonna finish it off. You know, like I had some cookies today from Porto's. I ate 2. I was gonna save the other 2 for my wife, and that didn't happen. I ate all 4. I ate all 4.
Is this a confession?
It was in the moment.
Did you tell her you were sorry
Didn't
earlier?
tell her, I won't tell her.
This is a well. She's probably
She
watching.
won't know I went to Porto's. So
Yeah. She might know now. She's watching.
Yeah, Porto's is delicious.
Yeah. Well, no, and also last week when Omar was here, he was saying like, well, Marvin's a witness at this point.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he like got a taste of killing, killed somebody else. Probably would have killed Bridget if he saw her. But also he got a witness there, and
yeah,
you know he's gonna say something probably eventually.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, we talked about him wanting ReKon and Marvin's catalog. Ezra didn't want to give it up until he found out that Bridget saw everything, and then he was a little more understanding. But at first, Ezra was just, you know, business as usual. He was like, no, we can't give him that. I'm not giving him all this. This is our money. This is our business. But, you know, he got it.
Ezra has a heart.
Yeah. Bridget was in the car. Just give him whatever he wants so Cookie won't kill Bridget. But the good part comes, you know, Avi is outside watching the family house. He sees some guy in a pickup truck pull up, finds out that it was Abby's boyfriend. Ray comes home and finds Abby, Bridget, and Holleran sitting on the couch, just, you know, having a conversation. Holleran was shook. I will say this, because when Ray walked in, he kind of looked at Abby like, you didn't tell me that Ray was coming home. Like, you didn't, like, I didn't know.
He was looking for help.
Right.
Like, can you do something about this? Nope.
He's such a punk. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Yeah. So he was in there looking like a toe. Like,
Yeah,
honestly,
he looks like a toe.
He does not look like a toe.
He looks like a toe.
Looks like a fine gentleman. I don't know. That is sleeping with someone else's wife.
Oh, okay.
Bridget knows that her mother has no friends because she told Holleran, my mom has no friends.
That was a nice little comedic moment. I didn't expect that. My mom doesn't have any friends. Like,
She had another one because upstairs she said, did you know mommy's boyfriend is a cop? So Bridget is very aware. She knows, you know, what's going on. Ray tells him to get out of the house.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Tough Guy says, call me if you need anything. You don't say that in front of somebody's husband. I don't know. When you cheat, do you just get balls all of a sudden? Because this dude is really ballsy. You're in his house. You know who Ray Donovan is. And you say in front of Ray to his wife, call me if you need something. Like, you don't just leave.
Yeah.
This guy, I don't know.
I was cringing up in that moment. I was like,
Yeah.
I thought Ray was going to punch him.
He should
Before he walked out of the house.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that, you know, like when you watch horror movies and you know that moment's coming out, that's what was happening to me internally, but you know, it didn't happen.
I thought we'd at least get like a shoulder check or something on the way out.
So Ray finally takes Bridget to the police station. And, you know, I didn't think it was going to happen. I kind of thought he was going to keep dancing around it. But he took her to the police station, and we saw her moment in the room with the confessional. Well, with the cop, you know, giving her statement or whatnot.
Detective Todd Anderson.
Detective Anderson. What did you guys think about this? Were you surprised that Bridget went with Ray's story, or did you think that she was going to tell the truth?
I was surprised. Yeah, I really was.
Yeah.
Because I thought she was going to be like, you know, true to her love for Marvin.
Yep.
What'd you think, Isaac?
Yeah, I was a little surprised. But I don't know. I guess I see her relationship with Ray being, well, at least a little more honest than it is with Abby. And maybe it isn't sticking up for Marvin, which you'd hope for, but she's kind of sticking up for her dad in the situation because maybe she's taking his advice to heart that he really is meaning to protect her, not just cover up what happened. So she's gonna stay on his side there, maybe.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Well, you read the script, so it was different for me.
Well,
but
I didn't read.
That's not our answer for everything.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say? Oh, we read the script. Don't ask us anything.
I didn't read this episode, but I wasn't surprised. Like, I kind of figured, like, I was like, she's a smart girl. And right, you know, in the beginning, it's kind of that thing where your emotions are running, and I was like, and I was sitting there when I was saying, I was like, when she get in there, she's not gonna say anything. She's gonna change her mind, because she's a smart girl, and she understands like what her dad is saying, even though he's not directly saying to you, like y'all said earlier, he's gonna kill you. She knows that's exactly what he means, and she now that she kind of understands what her dad does, I think she's gonna allow him to do what he does.
Yeah, I was just a little.
Can I?
Go ahead.
I don't think when she so I love that scene because I saw that I saw it. It was written well and it was acted very well. The detective tried to get on, like her dad, and I saw it in her eyes. She was, like she was taking up for her dad. That's what that moment was about. It was protecting, like, no one messes with my dad. That's what that was. And then when the detective made her think about, like, well, who's taking up for Marvin? She had that feeling again of like, yes, he's right, but Marvin's dead. She's trusting her dad now to handle the rest. But all she can do is take up for her dad and protect herself. So.
Yeah.
I really like to seek that moment of strength though too for the character, because she's like he pushed her pretty hard, and she wasn't gonna move.
Yeah, it was a good scene all around. Even from the start when the cop, first meets Ray, and he was like, "I know who you are." Right from there, you kind of saw that it was going to be this, this interesting dynamic. There was no lawyers. I was a little weird about that. They just let her go in there alone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
well, Ray thought he was going to be able to be there. I think.
Sure.
True.
Yeah.
True. So interview over. Bridget walks out, and we see Cookie coming out of the truck and hugs Bridget, which was the most cringe-worthy moment I've ever seen. Because let's say Cookie really, doesn't think that Bridget saw anything. The fact that he's still going along with this storyline, like, oh man, I'm so sorry for your loss. Bridget, Ray, and Abby knows that man has something to do with it, and they can't say anything. They can't say, get off my daughter, you killed her boyfriend. Everybody just has to stay there and watch him hug the man that she saw murder her boyfriend. That was a bit much. It was hard. It was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Well, Abby like rushes her away as soon as she can, but Bridget looked paralyzed. Like that hug was. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
My real quick. My problem that I have with this with that scene and a couple other scenes is that they've built Ray up from season 1 to now to not be terrified of anybody, and he allowed his Cookie to hug his daughter, and if you look at Ray's eyes, he looked nervous and scared, and it's shocking to me because I feel like he wouldn't be afraid of Cookie. You get what I'm saying? Because like I feel like he'll respect him, but he wouldn't be afraid of him. It's like two mobsters or two gangsters. They're not afraid of each other. They respect each other. But they have Ray scared of him. And I'm kind of like, it's like, is this believable? Is it not? It's kind of, so I'm on the fence with that. Shout out to Omar Dorsey killing the game, killing the role. But and it just like, as a fan watching the show, you're just like, would he really be scared? Like, it's a difference between respect and scared, So it's just like, he looks scared of Cookie.
Yeah.
Well, but I think there's maybe like a difference between like his own relationship with him and being scared or concerned for the safety of his daughter, and I think like he definitely, and we've talked a lot on the show about how he feels the need to protect women in particular, and Bridget I feel like is so precious to him, and and I think that and I hear what you're saying about scared. I think maybe the fear is that something would happen to Bridget,
Right. Yeah. Well, he's certainly got a lot more to lose if something bad happens to her.
Right. Yeah.
And then with the him protecting women thing, like whatever happened to his sister,
Right.
Like this could call back some of that stuff too. But yeah, I mean, I would agree. Like I guess the fear is maybe more so for Bridget's life, because she would be exposed. If something happens to him, I think he's probably fine. But something happens to her, that's his one and only girl, and then with his sister too, like he's got a protective thing over women.
And maybe it's just a sense of helplessness, because him being able to protect Bridget is depending upon what she does and says.
Yeah.
So he's kind of just sitting here waiting in the wing, because if she lies, then he can protect her a little better. But if she told the truth, it's out of the window. So it's kind of like she's the puppet master. Bridget she holds the pieces right now in regards to this. So I mean, it kind of looked like he was just like a deer in headlights. Like, he did look shook, but it was kind of like I don't know what to do.
It was a little bit out of his control.
Yeah. Well, he's been kind of getting more and more out of control in this season, more so than last season. But I agree, man. Like, 'cause it does look like he's just like not sure what to do. And
it's not typical of his character.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out, like, is he really scared of this strategic? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he just maneuvering? Because sometimes, you know, you have to play a role to get, you know, certain things sometimes, you know. So.
Well, when he goes to Cookie's house and he goes and, like, just punches the one dude, like, did he really think he was going to take all those dudes?
Right.
But maybe he did that so he knew he could get dragged in and get some information.
Right, yeah.
To find out if his girl was in trouble or not. So maybe he's playing a little bit of a role there.
Right,
yeah. So, real quick, Ray goes to see Jim at his job, puts him in a full Nelson. Tells him that, you know,
that was a half Nelson, I think.
It was one arm, he had like the one arm up.
Yeah.
Roughs the dude up because he's overstepping. He tells him, you can keep sleeping with my wife, but stay away from my daughter and stay out of the business so I can protect her. Mr. Tough Guy seemed like, you know, he was just kind of like, whatever. We'll see where this goes, because him and Jim's not going away.
Yeah, well, he was punked though. Like,
he did get
definitely
punked.
like, yeah, no guys, it's okay. I don't need any help over here. I'm all good.
He did get punked.
Yeah. Well, that's respectable, because now I like that, because you see Ray, you know, those two characters, they have something going on. It's kind of like you know, I don't want to call it respect, because, you know, some guy is messing with his wife, but they have that, you know, understanding, you know, there, you know, because he could have made a scene, brought the cops over, took Ray in, you know, but he didn't do that. So,
well, that's the least he could do, though. I mean, he is banging his wife.
yeah.
Come on. The least he can do is not have him arrested.
And I mean, Ray, he doesn't know what Ray is capable of. Ray broke into his house a couple episodes ago.
Last episode.
Yeah, just kicked the door in. So when he was there.
Yeah.
That's true, though. You're right. Yeah.
So
had a gun in his face. Ray wasn't flinching, you know.
Yeah. So close it out. Ray goes to see his new life coach. You know, Ashley opens the door. I was thinking, oh, he was going to have sex with Ashley again. No, he was there for counseling.
It seemed like it, yeah.
So what do you guys think about this? Because when we first, what was the guy? I forget the life coach's name. Knight.
Steve Knight.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we first met him, we were like, okay, you know, he's really into, you know, motivational speaking, and, you know, he's that guy. But now Ray is seeking his help. So what do you think about that? Because I think it's weird. I just think it's weird. I understand needing help. He's drowning. But is that the only person Ray knows that is like,
well,
that reads, or like that not reads, but that's on like a decent path to bettering themselves?
Well, he hated their couples therapist.
True.
And this guy seems to have an insight into Ray. I feel like it might be all coming from Ashley, though, and anything she may have told him. I don't know, but he feels that this guy knows something about life and about him.
Yeah, because he did feel connected when he slept with Ashley, and then Mr. Knight said, "I can feel that you had sex with her." So you know they have a connection.
She probably just told him.
Shoot, pillow talk. It's a little pillow talk. So another thing that Ray has stacked up against him is Kate. So Kate, we saw her meet with a man. Well, first we saw her buying porn magazines.
Yeah.
Which was interesting because the guy at the register was starting to get a little turned on, you know, and that was weird.
Maybe he was just more curious about, like, interesting reading, Joyce.
So we see her take it to jail. I'm not sure who that person was. Do we know who the person was that she was meeting with? We know he's connected to Sully in the Mickey situation somehow, but we still don't know who exactly.
I didn't recognize him.
Yeah,
I think that's the first time they showed him, right?
Yeah, we didn't get a name either.
Yeah.
So at first time she sat down, he started masturbating right there at the, you know.
As one does, I guess.
Wait, what's that?
Hey, you know.
We'll talk to you about it later.
Yeah, I'm only 20.
Yeah, and married.
Yeah, so I wouldn't know anything about that.
So she gets to talking to him, and he pretty much tells her everything. Ray, the FBI, Mickey, whoever tells you, they told you a lie. There's no way that Sully and Mickey were working together to do anything. They hated each other. Sully went to Los Angeles to kill Mickey, and you're a fool for believing it. She's pissed. We see her at the end of the episode calling Ray and said, "You ruined my life. I liked you." Now I see her ruining his, because she's pissed. I see her coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
I feel like, yes, okay, maybe, and it's a good prediction. But I just feel like it wasn't great research on her part. She's writing a book on Sully. Has it not come up at all from anybody that he and Mickey were enemies?
True. Good point. And like I said before, why did she think they would give her the inside scoop?
Right.
You're not like she thought she was Oprah or somebody. Like, why out of everybody who wanted I love Oprah. Who doesn't love Oprah?
Who doesn't love Oprah? But I love Oprah if she's watching.
Yes.
Well, Ray Donovan hasn't met her yet.
True.
Season 3.
It's hard not to love her though, man. She's great.
Love Oprah. So why out of everybody would she get the breaking news? To feel comfortable thinking like, yeah, they gave me the inside scoop. Me, I work at the paper. Like, yay.
Yeah, and she works at the paper in Boston, and she's been in LA for like 3 days, and somehow she has a meeting with the FBI and Mickey. Yeah, I don't know. It's silly. That was silly of her. Yeah. And don't blame Ray Donovan for that.
Yeah, maybe she just feels privileged because her and Ray have been so close. He's opened up to her.
That cockiness, or sometimes, like reporters think, though, I'm going to be the one to break the story. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. So before we continue on, guys, we just want to thank you for always supporting us on iTunes. You have been rating and subscribing, leaving comments like we promote and ask every week, and we just want to continue to ask you to do that in the future. Also, we have about 90 other after shows on the network, so let's say your favorite show is Game of Thrones or whatnot, whatever you're into, just go to AFTERBUZZ TV on iTunes, find your favorite podcast, and click on subscribe to the network. Also, that's it, pretty much.
And then rate and review the show.
Yeah, rate and review.
And all the rating and reviewing is how we get awesome guests like these gentlemen here now.
Oh, thank you for having us. Yeah, we appreciate it.
We love having you here.
All right, so Bunchy, guys. I know. It was Bunchy's his storyline. This whole episode was cringeworthy. We saw him finally being intimate with his girlfriend. We saw before that she had a whole hair washing foreplay thing going on, and now they're finally getting it on the couch. Bunchy's a little nervous because he said, "I haven't been with a woman in a long time."
But you know what? This is exactly the conversation that I feel like Bunchy should have had in the first place. Like, you know what? I haven't been with a woman in a long time. I like you. Can we just take it slow? I feel like this was the right thing to say. And what? You don't...
Well, just like, he's not exactly mentally there. Like, he's never... He's not... He's... In some ways, he's sort of underdeveloped, you know, in maturity and socially, you know. So I don't see him having that conversation, but yeah, he should have.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he gets there. He gets there eventually after she, you know, figures out that stuff's not working or whatever happened there. I'm not sure, but yeah, I was kind of sad for him, man. Like, oh man, like he's finally found a good girl and he likes the kid and he's real good with the kid until when things get weird. But
and things did get weird.
Well, he should have said, you know, he shouldn't have went to check the kid, you know, in the tub.
Yeah,
I think that was the mistake, you know, and then they could have had the conversation later about like why he didn't want to do it, but I really felt bad for him too. I'm like, things are going well. I love the relationship. I'm liking it. He's good with the kid. Oh man, but I just wanted him to tell her what happened to him. That's what I was like. Are you going to tell her so she can feel bad for you and fix that? So
I thought that scene for me was weird anyway, because I was like, even if I didn't go through what he's went through, like I wouldn't want some woman I just met be taking a naked kid out the bathtub, boy or girl. Like I'd have been like, I'm not comfortable with that. I need you to go do that. I don't care if he is saying Uncle Kwame, come here. Like, nah, I'm not going in there.
First of all, I'm not your uncle.
So I just felt like that was weird anyway for her to have just met him. I get it, they got a connection, but I just felt like that was so weird. And then of course, once he had to go in there, I heard y'all in there was like, it was like that scary movie, like don't walk in that room.
And we saw he picked the boy up and threw him.
As soon as he wrapped his legs around, he had flashbacks.
That's true. The boy straddled him.
Yeah, he had flashbacks.
Well, I thought for a second there, just for a second, like he was gonna hug him and then be okay with it, which would mean he was getting past some of that stuff, but nah.
He's not ready. So he breaks down to the girlfriend and tells her, he doesn't necessarily tell her what happened, but he says, have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you were going to do something even though you did not want to do it? And she was like, what are you talking about? And that was creepy. And she, you know, rightfully so, tells him to leave.
Yeah.
It is creepy.
Yeah.
It is creepy. You thought you were going to do something and you didn't want to do it, but you thought you were going to do it, and you were just sitting there with my naked son. Like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah.
But it's not like he can come out and just say, I was molested by a priest. That's not information that you just throw on out there. There's a lot of emotional scarring.
But I feel like maybe some sort of hint that I was abused in some way as a child would have been better than what he did say. I don't know.
Yeah. Sure. Either way, he's toast. Yeah. You know, because
it's probably over.
Yeah, because there's no way.
I hope not.
I kind of hope not.
Poor Bunchy.
I know.
So sweet.
I don't think Bunchy can't seem to get past it, because he can't. If he doesn't know if he can control himself, he shouldn't even if the girl wants him to come back around, he shouldn't want to come back around. Because what if what if that happens again? The kid doesn't know what happened, so he's going to hug Bunchy again and want to sit on his lap when they're watching movies. The kid is not going to change. Right. So Bunchy should just stay home. Like, there's no way he's not ready. He's not ready to be with a woman who has a kid.
I agree.
I don't think he's ready to be with anyone.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty uncomfortable on that couch while they're trying to move into it. He's like fighting through it, you know. He's got a lot of demons. He needs to go back to the group, and hopefully Stan won't be there to ruin it.
Oh, that's right, Stan. The guy who liked
Yeah.
Bunchy kissed him in the mouth.
Yeah.
I kissed him in the mouth.
Kissed him in the mouth at the party. So let's get into Mickey. Mickey is still trying to get back with Claudette. They had a blowout past couple episodes because he took her to Ray's house for the party. Ray didn't invite Claudette. Didn't want her there. Mickey gives Connor the Cadillac when he was supposed to give it to his son. So, you know, Mickey is just in the doghouse. Claudette doesn't want to be bothered with him. But he tells Claudette that there's something important that I need to talk to you about. And, you know, rightfully so, because Claudette knows there's always drama. Last time that happened, she had to go to the police and lie, the FBI and lie for Mickey. So, you know, why wouldn't she come and see what it's about? Mickey made it sound like it was serious. Meantime, he buys her a fake Louis Vuitton bag. Goes with Shorty to get some weed for her because she used to smoke weed, and he thinks, you know, Mickey thinks that'll, you know, break the ice. Maybe it's something that she likes.
He's a real romantic, yeah.
Then that's when Mickey and Shorty have this kind of casing the weed spot, if you will.
Yeah. Well, they talked before about that Shorty wants to pull a heist, and this is, I guess, the best place to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just to see Mickey thinking about it, I'm just like, no. I mean, because, you know, I'm having hope for him right now. I don't know about any of you guys, but I hope he doesn't do that.
It seemed pretty hopeful for him when he had like the movie deal kind of rolling there before that got shot down the same day. I get the feeling that he's not that good a criminal. It seems like he's a schemer, but it doesn't seem like he's really that great at it. He seems like he's just good at like talking his way out of situations, but it doesn't seem like he really has his head on like in these situations.
I agree, because just a simple fact, I know Shorty's your friend, but if you're gonna rob somebody, you don't pick a guy with an oxygen tank to do it with you. Like, that's just right there. That's just bad decision making. What is Shorty gonna do?
You could on Nickelodeon.
Right, but is he gonna drag the oxygen in with him? He can't.
Yeah.
He's gonna be stressed out, heart pumping fast. He's gonna need his oxygen. That right there, Mickey. You're right. Mickey must be a bad crook because you picked really Shorty.
Funny. That's really funny. That would be like the plot of some Nickelodeon show. Some hijinks and like a laugh track or something.
Nick at Night, Nickelodeon don't do that, you know.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So the fallout, we see Mickey finally fall out with Claudette. She's over it. She's not having it.
She knew the bag was fake real quick.
Yeah, she knew the bag was fake. Mickey tries to act like he wanted to tell her that her husband was cheating on her. Claudette admitted, we have problems. We're working through our marriage. But, Mickey, you're selfish. And it seemed like this was his first time hearing this.
From her.
Yeah.
And it really hurt him bad because he started yelling and, you know, he was like, you were supposed to wait for me 20 years. And you know,
not that low.
Yeah,
I'm 20. Didn't feel that low. I'm here.
Wait for the next 20, then
let us know.
I don't care about years.
But you're married too.
Yeah, I don't care about that stuff. 20 years is not a long time. She should have waited. She is unfaithful.
Well, yes, she's gonna continue to be unfaithful because she storms out and she's pretty much done with Mickey.
Yeah, did she keep the weed?
No, she had it in the bag. And
Yeah. She was like, she said you can have the bag back. Didn't say nothing about
I
the
didn't
weed.
see that.
she's in the car.
I don't know. She's like, you got me some weed. I'm real upset.
Yeah,
you can have this bag.
She's in the car down here talking about 20 years.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, your mic fell off.
Sorry about that. Yeah, no, but you know, he's got a lot invested in Claudette. He's got a lot of emotions there. So he is hit pretty hard when she's like, you're selfish.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. So before we get into the special segment with you guys, tell us how you found out that you were going to be killed off the show. Did you know this ahead of time? Because Octavius came in here. Let me tell you.
A couple weeks ago, didn't tell us nothing.
Didn't tell us anything. I said, oh, so next season you signed on? He was like, I don't know yet. They didn't even tell us. They didn't say anything to us yet.
Did you know that the Kennelia does an Octavius? That's pretty good.
Which sounded just like Abby and hollering at everybody.
Yeah.
So when did you guys find out that that was going to be the last episode for you?
Well, Brian Zurf called me I think it was 2 weeks before the episode, and he told me, he was like, "Hey man, Octavius, you done a great job." I knew right there. Done a great job. Yeah, I knew. I'm dead, ain't I? No, I didn't say that, but I just listened. He was like, "Yeah, no, it's nothing about you. I mean, you've been great. We just really want to make that this season, and Marvin and ReKon are gonna get killed by Cookie," and I was like, oh man, okay, but he did a really great job of the producers, of building me up, and I felt nothing at them. I was like, oh great, thank you, like he was complimenting me and stuff, and then afterwards, like 2 days later, I felt it. I was like, I don't have a job. ReKon.
That's funny.
So Kwame, when did you find out? Was it the same kind of situation?
Yeah, except my thought process was different. I had high hopes, so I got the phone call the day after him. So he called me and was like, he called. I see the number come up on the phone. He was like, "Hey, Kwame, how you doing?" I was like, "I'm doing good, man." He was like, "Hey, man, I just wanted to call and let you know you've been doing a great job on the show." I'm like, "Y'all about to offer me a series regular?"
Yeah,
that's my thought process.
Yeah, man.
And he was like, "Nah, not quite." And I was like, he started laughing, and he was like, "Yeah, man." He said, nothing personal. We loved you on the show, blah blah blah. And he was like, "But you and Marvin will be getting killed in this next episode coming up." And I was like, "Oh man." I was like, "Cool." I was like, "Okay." I was like, so then I was like, and I was more shocked because, like I told y'all, when they first told us, they pulled the three of us to the side. Dave Hollander said, "One of you guys, not two, one of you guys not gonna make it." And me and Omar automatically just figured it was gonna be me and him fighting over, Octavius' character. So when he said, told me that Oct was getting killed, I was shocked. I was like, man, y'all killing Oct too? He was like, yeah. He was like, man, originally, that wasn't the plan, but he was like, we just felt like what he told him, it was more of an impact, and we just wanted to, so.
Big impact, man. That's some hard stuff to deal with. Yeah. How was it shooting that scene? Like getting shot, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I actually wasn't there.
Oh, all right.
So the inside scoop. Yeah, what happened was the schedule, as Omar was telling you on the last show, that he was shooting Selma.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of scheduling conflicts. I had a wedding to go to, and so the wedding was already pre-done because we supposed to have been shot this scene. Okay. Like literally, the scene got postponed, so we had to shoot it weeks later.
Okay.
So so what happened was they were trying to fit everything around Omar's schedule, and he was supposed to come in on Friday, and then it got switched to Saturday. And I was like, Friday I could have did it, but then Saturday I couldn't. So pretty much what they brought in a stunt double to who apparently
Scary.
he called me, was like, "Oh, this dude looks just like you."
Yeah,
And there was people on set who was like going up to him saying, "Hey, Kwame," you know, like, and then they realized once they went, "Oh, you're not." Yeah, like I didn't see him, so I don't know what he looked like, but people was really saying he looked like me. So
I almost gave him my number.
So, so they did the scene. So I wasn't actually there for his scene when he got shot. And then when I came back, then we shot it with me in the car with him,
Right.
doing dialogue, and then Omar wasn't there, and they just had somebody else pretending to shoot me, and I would just fall to the side. So yeah, and then they edited together real nice, so you know, I can't really tell. So
because that day Cookie wasn't there, and they had a stunt double for him. And he was actually a PA, but you know, they had the same physicality, and didn't look exactly like Omar, but like your stunt double really looked just like you, man. It was scary.
That's what everybody said.
Yeah.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Oh yeah.
You also said, Kwame, that the backstory between you and Cookie's character, it wasn't really there. We see on camera that you guys had beef or had a previous, you know, relationship or issue, but was there an intention to show the backstory between you two, or was it just the way it was, how it was supposed to be?
Yeah, first shout out to Cheo Hadari Coker and Dave Hollander for writing an amazing episode.
Yeah.
So the original plan was they wanted to write. They were planning on writing that, you know, that scene and writing some other episodes too, the other scenes to also to show me and Omar's you know, kind of like backstory, like that conversation you would usually have, like, you know, you saw looking at him at the cookout, and then the next time you see us is he's killing me,
right?
Versus having that story where like he shows up at my house and it's kind of like, you gonna come to my cookout and not speak, you know, that kind of thing, that kind of story, you know, and then you kind of see like, all I want you to do is stay away from my son and blah blah blah, you know. And then it was supposed to also be more storyline with me and Octavius to this scene, but you know, unfortunately because of what do you call it, the budget and stuff like that, things didn't, you know, things went over budget and they weren't able to put those scenes in there. So
so,
all right, well, so what's next for you guys? We wrapped with Ray Donovan. Unfortunately, you got killed.
Yeah.
Anything coming up? You know, do you have any plans for the future? Any volunteer work? Anything? Charities?
You guys want to come volunteer here?
Charities.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Charities.
Do it.
Probably go down to Skid Row.
Oh, come on, man. It ain't gonna be that bad.
Live down there myself. No,
yeah.
No joking about that. But yeah, I volunteer down there. What's next? I'm just auditioning and taking meetings, you know, really good meetings, and you know, I just, you know, made a switch. I'm with Paradigm now, so.
Oh, cool.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. Yeah, that's a big move. That's
yeah,
my biggest
that's
move
good.
right
It's a
now.
good spot.
And you know, just taking meetings and auditioning. That was a big episode, and like so many Twitter follows after that.
Yeah,
so,
I'm sure. Yeah.
You know, that's good news. Just taking it day by day, enjoying time with the family.
Yeah, man.
You know, I'm working on getting music done, though. You know, about to just exclusively buy some tracks so that I can just write to them.
Great.
Develop my writing skills. Want to be the new Black Neo. I'm joking. He's already black, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Pretty sure.
So that's what's going on with me.
You gonna let me sing on one of your tracks, Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, come on,
he's
man.
Like, he's like father and sons, like Birdman, Lil Wayne. Like Birdman, Lil Wayne.
At least we can pretend it's me.
Okay, yeah.
Don't they got in the studio where they can make your voices sound good?
They can auto-tune.
There you go. Exactly. I could do that.
T-Pain it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it.
But T-Pain can really sing.
Yeah,
Have you ever heard him
he
sing?
can.
No.
He can sing a little bit.
No auto-tune? You haven't? Okay.
Yeah, I thought I saw you had a couple of short films that either just got finished that are coming out. Is that right? You?
Me?
Yeah, you, man.
No.
No? I thought on your IMDb it said like one was just finished.
Oh, you know what? I don't know why IMDb shows that, because those things are so old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it says like it shows it like in red or something, just like completed. Like, and only the one at the top is I think it was called a super secret.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I just did a cameo in that for a friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
She needed somebody to play. I'm always playing a gangster or something, but she needed somebody to play a murderer. So I just pretty much murder somebody real quick, and then that's it. So, so it was cool. Yeah, it was helping.
All right,
yeah.
all right.
And you got your start on The Wire, so it was pretty, you know.
Yeah.
It was you were natural.
Right.
Full circle, yeah.
You were natural to fall into that.
Exactly. But I'm a sweetheart in real life, you know.
Yeah, no, we can vouch for that. Yeah.
Look at Octavius's face.
Yes,
Oh no,
yes,
Octavius
he
is.
I just felt like, you know, it was a connection there. I'm not saying nobody. No. Yeah.
All right, guys. So, you know, where can they find you? Website, Instagram. You both are on Instagram and Facebook, Twitter as well, right?
Yep.
Well, see, take notes, guys. This is how I get my followers. Please follow me on Twitter. No, no, guys.
What just happened?
I'm just trying to enjoy life. I'm dead now. So drinking coffee now. I've never drunk coffee. No, I'm joking. Yeah, Octavius J _Oh Lord on Twitter and Octavius J Johnson 1 on Instagram. So yeah, please follow me. Just type in Octavius J Johnson. Someone should come up.
Yeah.
If it look like me, follow that guy.
Yeah.
All right, what about you, Kwame?
And me, real simple, Kwame Patterson on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So, you know.
All right, guys. So let's get into some predictions. Okay, unless we got any news and gossip.
It's not real. Excuse me. I'll drop it during predictions. It ain't real news, but it's just. Sorry, Bunchy. His real.
Dash Mahook.
Dash Mahook. He was on K-Rock this week, and apparently he's got a hip hop album coming out
Really?
at some point. They played like a track. It sounded pretty good.
Yeah, Dash is pretty good. I heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's not real. I don't know if that's big news, but
We
it's,
got bars.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. The predictions. So we see in the previews. Somebody. it was a little all over the place.
Yeah, you
hard
get
for
the
me to
music
focus.
score, no dialogue.
Yeah. Where do we see next episode going? What do we think is going to happen in regards to Bridget, Ray, and Cookie, Bunchy and that girl, Abby and her boyfriend? Like anybody? Where do we see this going? Because it's starting to move pretty fast, and everything is kind of falling on top of everybody. So what do we think?
I certainly see. Well, at least I hope. It seems like it's building up to that big Ray Cookie showdown. I think you're gonna get a lot of that. I mean, the way that they had that music rolling over like nothing, you know, like I forget even what the song said. It seemed like it was gonna be like a showdown kind of thing. So that's where I see it going.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that Ray is feeling so protected over Bridget now, and he's gonna be going after Cookie.
Yeah. I think Cookie is going to assume that Bridget said something, because we saw him in the previews breaking into somebody's house. Not sure if that was Ray's house in Bridget's room or whatever. That's her house? Perfect. So Cookie assumes that Bridget said something, and he probably just wants to eliminate her. So I don't think he's going to kill her. However, I see that being more of a reason for Ray to feel like he has to handle Cookie.
Yeah.
Abby is still going to be with her boyfriend, and she's still going to be ridiculous.
It's like every show.
All right, every show. Do you guys have any predictions? If they're spoilers, then, you know.
All I have is spoilers. I don't have anything to say to you.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk offline about the spoilers. All right, well then let's wrap it up, guys. Thank you both for coming. Again,
thank you
guys,
guys.
listening
Thanks
and
for
watching on
having us.
YouTube. You can follow Octavius and Kwame on Instagram and Twitter. Sorry, and if they're on Facebook as well, you can find me at Kennelia on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Guys, where can they find you too?
You can find me on Twitter at Isaac Johnson, Instagram The Isaac Johnson, and head over to my YouTube page, The Isaac Johnson. Check out my music video for a song I wrote called Virginia.
And you can follow me at Koppel for Mayor, KOPPELFORMAYOR.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Same place.
Wah, wah.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.